INFP stands for Introverted-Intuitive-Feeling-Perceiving. If you are familiar with the rest of the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types, you would know that INFPs are a misunderstood bunch. INFPs are walking contradictions. They are kind, but selective with who to trust. Introverted, but are goofballs too. Looks unbothered and independent, but stirs with a frequent emotional upsurge. Because the world seems to turn for the extroverted and sensors, it is so easy to misunderstand the dreamy INFPs. Now, what is it like to be an INFP? Before we proceed, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more personality type videos. What is it like to be an INFP? Number 1, daydreams happen more than people could imagine. Unlike the sensors and logic-driven personalities, INFPs have an incomparable, colorful life inside their minds. Within their imaginations, a song, an interaction, or a simple thought could bloom either flowers or dead branches. INFPs think and imagine non-stop. Dull time? Almost never. Every free time is a journey to the realm of self-reflection, internal monologues, a trip back in the past, a peek into the future possibilities. These are daydreams that they architect themselves. They can develop viable philosophies. Most importantly, INFPs could look forward to the end goal, making them not only daydreamers, but exceptional visionaries. Number 2, INFP minds are so vivid. INFP minds are so vivid that even the textbook knowledge could have so much details, emotions, and images embedded in their heads. Even I, as an INFP, could explain a history book chapter, not for what is written, but for what each figure in the history could have felt. Such vividness makes INFPs good at remembering stories and details. They don't memorize your stories, they dwell in it. They associate songs to a scene, words to a person, and stories locked with an image, all connected with emotion and meaning. It would be challenging to break coherence when you storytell an INFP, because they subconsciously draw images as you speak. Number 3, the urge to start something new. Being an INFP is breathtaking, especially during an idea overflow. INFPs are drawn to search for possibilities with what they are exposed to. Many of these dreamers want to study at a university, work a part-time job, exercise, and attend seminars, all at the same time. How unfortunate that such fast-paced idealism makes them look unfocused, so society dissuades them from doing it. However, INFPs would never idle at one skill. With their extroverted intuition, their cognitive makeup pushes them to expand rather than narrow down. INFP are discoverers. They may try to plan their lives, but the truth is, they never know where the plans lead them to. They are continuously expanding, redirecting, and in constant discovery. Number 4, overthinks about the tone, facial expressions, and motives. INFPs are sensitive to people's patterns, social surroundings, and triggers. They quickly notice the simplest changes in behavior. They notice how your voice is sadder than usual, your sighs, or how you fake a laugh. That's why INFPs check on you when nobody does. Number 5, in between high optimism or purposelessness. These are the best and worst highlights of being an INFP. INFP's optimism feels like they can take over the world and lead an army to do it. Meanwhile, sudden purposelessness leads to terrifying negative self-talk, where they start to question their very existence. INFPs always seek meaning in everything. When an INFP abhors tasks, they become clumsy and emotionally drained. For a clouded INFP, nothing counts. They may disappear from the world, block everyone, and dismiss any advice. But on the other hand, a passionate INFP becomes contagiously optimistic. Their authenticity drives people to follow their cause. Number 6, dislike being told what to do. Ever told an INFP, you should have done this and that? You better not. Unsolicited advice is enough to give INFPs a hump. Although INFPs look floaty and unfocused, they are actually critical thinkers who always reflect on situations. They think far enough to solve their issues. I bet INFPs would be mentally debating you whenever you give them unsolicited advice. They may not mention it, but INFPs be like, I already know that, or I already did that. In truth, lending them an ear would suffice in encouraging INFPs. Number 7. The feeling that they are different from people. INFPs think they are different, and they are. Many INFPs would have realized this at an early age. They expect empathy and compassion, but they understood early on that not everyone offers them. They disliked aggressiveness and insensitivity. They were self-conscious because INFPs are too observant. They thought people observed them too. While others cluster into groups and learn to compromise, INFPs think independently and are guarded, making it hard to fit in with the wrong set of people. INFPs speak with sensitivity. They'd rather be alone than be lonely within a circle. INFPs are different, and being one is truly a roller coaster ride. Number 8. Fears that people would see them as a failure. INFPs are highly moral and have high standards for themselves. It makes sense that they wanted to be someone they preach about, a perfectionist. That is why many INFPs fear messing up in other people's presence. They are not afraid of failure. Instead, they are scared of other people seeing their failure. It makes sense that INFPs keep their hustles a secret, so no one sees it when it fails. But when far from judging eyes, you bet INFPs have secret creative projects and individualistic hobbies they excel in. Number 9. They are a bit wiser for their age. Young INFPs are old souls who act more maturely and refined than people their age. Young INFPs display empathy and compassion early on and have a knack for advising people with well-rounded perceptions. On the other hand, when INFPs mature, these souls tend to be more laid back and wise enough to pursue the real happiness in life, peace, love, and growth. Weirdly, meaning INFP feels like they are living from a different timeline. Number 10. Open-minded, but can be pretty judgmental. Here's a secret. INFPs can be a lot judgmental too. INFPs would always evaluate their surroundings based on their values and beliefs. They have an inner judgment about everything. They evaluate beauty, a plan, or secretly judge someone's morals. However, they are not the type to force their beliefs on you. INFPs listen to people's convictions wholeheartedly and seek how it relates to them. Number 11. Other people's emotions tend to be too personal for them. INFPs are so empathetic that they unknowingly carry your burden too. Extroverted feelers like ENFJ and INFJ tend to empathize with people even without fully understanding the reason behind. On the contrary, INFPs need to understand the situation before they can genuinely empathize. Without understanding, they would be indifferent. They seek how your stories relate to them and will absorb your emotions at a personal level. INFPs would cry, overthink, and even be anxious for other people. As a result, your burden starts to feel like their own, so they would do anything to help you ease them. Number 12. Selective on who they trust. INFPs have an idealistic goal to build a kind and empathetic world, but it is ironic that even when they crave a compassionate world, they are also pretty selective on who enters their circle of friends. INFPs don't easily befriend people, even if these dreamers are loved. Whether that is true or not, they become aloof once the values don't match. They'd feel like outsiders. They choose who to help and are not doormats who fall prey to abusers. But on the contrary, INFPs truly make amazing best friends. They don't leave their friends. They check if you are okay and see true to it. These are 12 things describing what it is like being an INFP. Thanks for watching.